Things to look out for. When we metered the park, tenants are clever. That's another way of saying they can be thieves. And they find ways to circumvent the meters, which is not legal. One tenant said, you know, my water's not working. And he went to his neighbor. He said, can I bring my 5-gallon jug to your spigot and have some of your water? And he said, yeah, go ahead. But then they came over and over and over in the middle of the night, and the tenant is wondering, why is my water bill going up so high? Right? Found out that other person was basically a thief who wasn't going to repay them for the use of that water. All right, so if there's pets that are not on the lease, you can get after them for that. We typically don't have room for more than 2 vehicles in a typical mobile home park. If we do have room, it can be an additional fee if we can have another parking area, right? Outsiders will use your trash containers. If you have dumpsters, man, and they're close to the main road, whoa, you can find a sofa or all kinds of stuff in there, right? So you need to set up cameras. And then we like to go to what we call poly carts. There's those, 90-gallon or whatever they are bins that you roll out to your curb. They're better because the machines that come in to pick those up, they're lighter weight than the machine that has to come up to pick up a big dumpster. Now, managers can fall down on the job. They can be really good for 2 years, 3 years, whatever it is. You need to be ready to replace anybody that is part of your team that helps you manage those properties on site. Okay, so some people might ask, well, how can you handle things in Michigan and Iowa when you're here in Texas? Right, because we live here in Texas. When we did those other ones, we were living in Oklahoma. Well, you have to have a team, right? And there are ways to do that and ways to set that up. So we have more training available about how you get to do that. Know your local municipality rules. Our park was in this little sliver of an odd part of the township that had no noise rules. So people could go crazy with noise, 3 o'clock in the morning. The only enforcement was you could put them through an eviction process because they were breaking your park rules, but you had to go through that process and find out for sure that it was who you think it was, and you take them to court. Now, there's a term that we use instead of what's the crime rate, what's the police presence. Okay. Now, and the reason that I use that word police presence is that crime statistics don't always give you the detail that you need to know. They might report an entire zip code or multiple zip codes, and you have to drill down to that particular community. Right? There are some communities that are surrounded by maybe not so good communities or great communities, and there are little pockets that won't be great. So talk to your police. Tell them you're going in there and you want to be a good park owner. You want to get rid of the bad apples, and what can we do to help them to keep things. So the next part of this is the park that we closed on back in October. We have a captain in the police force who is our on-site manager. He lives in his own private house right next to the park. Not only is he a captain, his first name is Kirk. So these are among the things to watch out for. Networks. You're here for a reason. You're being taught by a particular group of incredible people and educators. They help you go from the idea of millions to maybe billions. Right? If that's something that some of you have in your mindset. At my age, I don't need to have billions. If it would happen, yeah, that's pretty cool. But you get advice on when to buy, where to buy, honesty, right? The transparency about things. And sometimes the advice that you'll get from your coaches or your gurus might seem harsh and sometimes can be a little painful, but take it to heart. Maybe they're right about something. I know Sharon and I get to differences of opinion, and if we were up here together, we'd be pretending that we're doing iron swords with each other and sharpening each other's sword, right? We don't always agree on everything. And then we finally come to an idea that, okay, we're both going to come to some point where we both agree that, yeah, here's the right approach about something. Be teachable, okay? I'm as old as I am. I'm not a centenarian yet, you can tell that, but I'm well after retirement age. And I know I need to be teachable. I don't know everything there is to know. I learned from you. I learned from the previous speakers. So always be teachable.
How to choose the contractor? I would say go on your power team network with the right people and see how many deals have that contract have helped your network. Review is a must, and not just review online, but the people that have worked with those contractors and how long have they worked with them. Because if you don't choose the right contract, you can lose money like that. Say never pay your contract up front. Click on the link in the comments below and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well, and we'll keep give you more information as well. So stay tuned.